Sup? Well, hello? I guess? I am really nervous to play this game because, well, I tried it like a couple months ago, got the first jump scare, shut myself, and closed the window and forgot everything about it. But I had a craving for some visual novels, and I wanted to play something made by Russian developers, like because I don't know, wanted to exploit my Slav nature a bit. So I will be talking in this accent while playing Tiny Bunny the entire time. Joking, no joking. So yeah, I am terrible with horror. I'm horrible with horror. I am absolutely atrocious with horror. To the point when it stops being funny and just becomes pathetic. Like that one time I remember when. Hold on, I think I need to make myself a little smaller. Yeah, that's better. So I remember that one time when we were like end of high school, decided to come drink together, got wasted, decided to watch a horror movie. I don't remember which kind of movie it was, but something about a family moving in to the house where someone got murdered, yada yada yada, and some writings on the wall. The father discovers some films. I don't remember the name, and I don't want to remember anything about this film. And frankly, I won't, because at like the 10-minute mark, I start screaming like a little girl and begging everyone to stop. So, for the record, I'm like 100 and almost 190 centimeters tall. It's like 6.1 feet tall. And, well, basically absolute unit of a man. And I lived like in Siberian woods for 2 months and whatever. And this just giant hunk of man is screaming like a girl, like a little girl, just to them to stop the horror movie. And I basically freak out at every single time when I need to watch something with jump scares. So I will be subjecting myself to this torture. Hopefully in visual novel form it will be not as scary. Sinister. Yeah, sinister. Yeah, and I completely freaked out. Which was very embarrassing because there was a girl that I was very interested in there, and I was just like screaming like a maniac, begging them to stop the film. And ruining everyone's good time. Okay, so I know basically nothing about this game. I know that it has some cute animals and probably everything will be fine. I will be playing with English subtitles, but the voices will be in Russian. I think that would be the optimal. Okay, so we got some frostbite on the window. Sorry. By the way, is my mic sounding okay? Is there any background noise? Because I'm trying out the noise gate. Let me know if the settings are okay. The wind clawed at my night all. The wind clawed at my window all night long. It wandered the fields and howled like a hungry beast. An endless song weaved from all sorts of voices, shrill, gentle, sneery, whined in the air. They were shouting and laughing and arguing about something. Someone was running through the snow while casting long shadows that would occasionally creep close to my bed. Our house has a mind of its own, the creaky old mind of a building that's seen a lot of in its days, seemingly trying to share its wisdom with the inhabitants. The lonely house faced the forest, and the dark green thicket gazed back with its hollow eyes, rustling, whistling, swaying back and forth. One could come out and stand at the edge of the forest to reassure themselves there was nobody behind the crooked trees. Fuzzy silhouettes swaying in the wind couldn't possibly do any harm. It's just a play of light and shadow. Just a play. I knew it was just my imagination. I was already 12 after all. It's fine. Ah, okay, yeah. I will try to not whisper so much. Maybe up my mic. Yeah. Hopefully it's better. Still. Oh shit, a fox. Episode 1. The all will arrive. Okay, some cutlery. Oh, she's cute. Hey, put away your book. Yay, abusive household.
Сколько раз говорила, не читай за столом, вредно. Сидишь, сутулился весь.
Okay, I've heard this line in my life like 1,000 times. So posture check, guys. Oh, we got some interaction here. We can hide the book. I didn't protest and put the book about Conan the Barbarian aside. Ah, nice, he's reading Conan the Barbarian. Hello, hello. Game's a little quiet. Okay. Oop. Is it better? Okay, I think it's shouldn't peek in here. Okay. I was stuck on a line I couldn't understand after reading it 3 times anyway. Oля has already finished her breakfast, so the girl's name is Oля, was munching on some cookies. She was so enthusiastic she almost looked like your typical girl from commercials.
Пока не съешь, из-за стола не встанешь.
Ah, I've heard that line 1,000 times. You're not going anywhere until you finish all of it. Funny story, at one point in my life, I absolutely hated tomatoes. And we were on vacation with the family of my cousins, whom I call brother and sister all the time. The virtual priest of... Oh yeah. Sorry, let me finish. Get a voice system. Okay, I will get it. 1 second. So, let me finish the story before I forget. So, and I got for dinner a huge ass bowl of tomato and cucumber salad. And while I'm very neutral on the subject of cucumbers, I hated tomatoes with a passion. So I ate all of the cucumbers. And then took, I'm not just kidding, 40 minutes to eat half the tomatoes until I almost puked them all out, and the adults finally realized that, well, maybe we shouldn't make him eat all the food that he hates. So, yeah. Let me make the voices go up a bit. Will be golden, yeah. So, virtual priest of YouTube's wisdom for today is keep your posture intact, eat your veggies, but don't overburden your kids with your expectations. I, on the other hand, was still trying to drill a hole in the plate with my eyes, as if it would make the porridge disappear. I fucking hated porridge as a kid. And my grandma would always make me eat the porridge, and I hated the porridge, and as a result of that I hated my grandma, but not really. But you know, this game is kinda nostalgic. Easy anxiousness welled up inside, all because of the previous sleepless night, the black forest around the house, and the gloomy wind. The longer I waited, the colder the lumpy white substance became. It looked like a jellyfish from Stew Odyssey. I don't know that show. I wonder how horrifying the bottom of the ocean is. Okay, or how cold the Black Forest is at night. The spoon fell off my hand, out of my hand. Mom showered me with a cold glare from her green eyes.
Что я говорила?
What did I just say?
Я достану.
Ah, my name is Anton. Funny. Just like my cousin. I had 10 seconds to catch my breath before battling the nasty porridge once again. I hated porridge. I don't know. I know so many people who actually loved porridge as kids, and it just makes me question the reality as a whole. I felt around for the spoon. What is this card on the other side of the table? Karina. Ah, that's my mom's name. Oh. Ah, no, I can't change the language in here. Was wondering if there is like a Russian version of the word card if we switch to the Russian language. I guess she carved it out with something pointy when she was little. She sure was a rascal damaging the furniture like that. She would scold me for a week if I did something similar though. Ah, parents. Should I remind her about it? No. She's been in a bit of a bad mood lately. I imagined her being my age, sitting under the table. I wonder, was Mom afraid of the dark back then? I'm still shitless scared of the dark. And I'm a kind of functioning adult. Although I sometimes question this. Or the sounds coming from the attic. Or the thick forest. The forest is fucking scary. There are bears in there. Bears will maul you. Jacques Cousteau. Ah! Jacques Cousteau! Oh god. Of course. The hat. Of course, the hat guy. Oh, babushka. Babushka. It's kinda hard switching between English and Russian and losing the accent. I imagine my grandma. Imagine my babushka coming into my little mom's room, sitting at the edge of of her bed, where Oля sleeps nowadays, and saying this in her soft, smooth voice.
Тайга особое место, детятка.
Oh shit, they're living in Taiga, no wonder he's scared. Like, I lived there for 2 months at some point, and you know, being in the middle of the night in the forest and just listening to the sounds and wondering is there a bear walking outside my tent or not, is a very special experience.
Она к тебе присматривается, принюхивается.
It's watching you closely, sniffing you out.
Словно хочет понять, что ты за зверь такой. Понравишься, в беде не бросит. А будешь проказничать, схватит за бочок и утащит с собой под землю.
Well, I wouldn't deny that. However, I was also doing some work. But mostly drinking.
Тут и дело с концом.
And by the way, I'm just talking and prepping myself up for the eventual pants-shitting terror. Grandma was caring. She never fought with anybody, never yelled, never swore. Oh. Those were the times without the maddening screams until late at night, without smashed dishes and mutual accusations. Oh, yay! Fun, abusive household. Our parents used to love each other back then. Fuck, this got dark. I remember listening in on one of their conversations by chance. They were talking about Grandma getting prepared for her funeral. She had already bought a casket. A very common thing with Russian grandma that they will save up a shit ton of money, living poorly just not to burden their relatives. Speaking from experience. Anyway, and she called it her cute funeral box. Well, at least she had some sense of humor, rest in peace. It waited for its time in the closet patiently. It was black, upholstered with meat-colored material on the inside. I saw it when my grandma was getting buried. The house didn't change in the time she was alive. Only all of the photos were gone. Oh, they got rid of the photos. Glass-covered pictures with grey faces of my ancestors. They all had a deed. They all had a dead but watchful look in their eyes. Okay, sorry, cannot read. I crawled out from under. So we spent this entire flashback under the table. Okay. Molly was done with her cookies and was looking at my share like a sly woodland critter. I turned my gaze toward the frosted window. There were a lot of dark pines out, but they didn't grab my attention. The pattern of frost formed the picture in the glass.
Оля, гляди, лиса! Где?
It looked almost like those optical illusions thingies they put on the back of the students' notebooks. Gotta give it to the studio. They've done an excellent job on translating the Russian script to English. Like, kudos to them. Great job. A mixture of lines at first glance, but if you blow your vision a little bit, look under center angle.
Да не на улице, на стекле. Смотри, вот нос, вот.
Ну-ка, доедай.
Да, сейчас. Я ничего не вижу.
Живо. Совсем немного осталось.
Hey, child abuse.
Вот. Но все равно не похоже. А я говорю, похоже. Не-а. Похоже.
I'm suddenly remembering my childhood and quarrels with my big sister, who is actually my cousin.
Прекратите. Ну что за дети?
Yeah, mom got sass, and she's kinda hot, not gonna lie. Just flashbacks, mom. So what the fuck you doing on the table? I couldn't see the fox either. It disappeared. Went away. Only the frosty pattern similar to the stretched out nettle leaves kept English is hard. Kept creeping up the glass. My dad entered the kitchen with long measured steps. Who that is? What the hell is a dad? I'm not sure I can touch her. I want to have a beard like his when I grow up. Oh, I also wanted to have a beard, and now I have got it. Mom would always ask jokingly, "Come on, shave it off, it stings." Ooh. This was so long ago. Nowadays, rumbling doors and witty comebacks were an everyday occurrence. Polly always covers her ears whenever she hears something like, "What's the point in all this?" through the wall. It's all for your sake, Dad would reply. For the sake of our family. Great rhetoric. I've always caught every sound of fear in hearing of the most dreaded, deadliest word that started with the letter D. Divorce. I don't even want to finish it. It was scary to imagine that me and my little sister would be torn apart and taken into two different
Да
families.
что твоя лиса? Вот у меня на окне сова.
Опять ты со своей совой.
Так ты же вчера
Oh,
мне верил.
He's got a husky voice.
Никто ключи от машины не видел? Вроде оставлял на подоконнике.
Вроде. Вроде оставлял, вроде нет.
I'm getting uncomfortable with this discussion.
Вроде взрослый мужчина, отец двоих детей, а вроде...
Перестань, пожалуйста, Карина.
Oh yeah, she's my dad. Yeah, well, she's freaking sassy as hell. Like, she's got the sass. Not sure she should wipe it out in front of the kids, but...
Дай мне спокойно собраться.
В корзине твои ключи, возле телефона.
Огромное тебе человеческое спасибо.
Yay, passive aggressiveness.
Антон, ешь быстрее, а то как мученик сидишь.
А сова?
Не было там никакой совы.
Была! Глазюки огромные! Во! И светятся!
Poor kid. Also, what the hell, she's so cute. I really do hope nobody fucking eats her. Or some shit like that. Oля sprung from the chair and placed her hands on her little face, imitating a pair of eyes with her fingers the size of an apple each.
В прошлом году бабай в шкафу, сейчас сова.
What's that? Ah, Babai in Slavic folklore, a nocturnal spirit. Yep. Knew that.
А ты не думала подружиться с ней, нет? Вымышленными мышами покормить, например?
Holy hell, he's passive-aggressive.
Не подначивай ребенка.
Yeah, more like a Karen, not Karina. Yes, it's... Well, it's already turned out to be a social horror, yeah.
Просто мала еще, и спать одна боится.
And, well, now she's reasonable, okay? Oля pouted her lips in rebellion and rushed into the hallway. The staircase that led to the second floor creaked. Mom gave Dad a strict look. Oh, that look in her eyes. It's so uncomfortable to be pinned under it. Okay, even I'm getting shivers. Although she's still hot. Dad just snorted in reply and left, ringing with the keys he just found. A minute has passed and the theme song for The Little Mermaid echoed through the house. Okay. It was stored on an incredibly worn-out cassette tape, which Dad already had to glue together once. Oh god, those cassette tapes. My entire childhood. The sound seems to cut off just now and then. You mean in the game or in or my mic? Because the game sound just stopped. I'm the kid. Yes, he's called Anton. How do you fix a relationship? Oh. Okay. It's easy to fix objects by gluing them back together, for example. How do you fix a relationship? That's the neat part, Sonny. You don't. Seen it 1,000 times. Mom moved to the living room, and I was left alone, anxiously stealing glances at the window. Oh shit. Oля has trouble sleeping ever since we moved to this house. She would toss and turn and curl into a ball under her blanket. Sometimes she would jump up in the middle of the night and turn on the VCR. VCR, it's video cassette recorder, yes? Sound fine. Cartoons helped to take her mind off all the troubles she had with the move and our parents. Hey, just like me! Only in my case it's anime and real world shitstorm that's been happening for like past however so years. Oh fuck. Okay, thank you. I am terrified now. Please don't. No. And then Oля said she saw the giant flying monster outside her window. She became obsessed with it. Our parents did everything in their power. They tried every little trick to get rid of those ridiculous fears. Ollie refused to sleep alone and didn't believe that the owl was just one of her nightmares. After last night, I was unsure what to make of my sister's words, what to think of it myself. Can nightmares be infectious? Also, I'm getting nightmares now. You know, guys, playing through this with you is a hell a lot easier than by myself. Okay. Scoot over here. That night I couldn't get a wink of sleep and ended up thinking of what to expect from my new school. There were a couple of days left before the beginning of a new term. My imagination drew long, twisting hallways that led to a classroom full of kids. But all this... Dude, come on! Yeah, Mette, please don't. Let's stay family friendly. There might be kids watching this, but who am I kidding, actually? But all the students behind their desks were simply dark figures cut out using a template. Circular holes gaped in the middle of their faces and pairs of eyes blinked inside those holes. It was as if some completely different creatures were looking at me from behind that flat black silhouettes. Their cruel glares filled with icy sneers made me shiver from head to toe. Oh, bullying! Will I survive here? Won't they gang up on me and beat me down, stomp on me with their bloodied shoes? The damn school can burn for all I care. Share the sentiment, my boy. I just wished for anything to happen to it. Doesn't really matter what. I didn't want to go there that badly. Didn't want to see people who are just itching to smack me on the head, trip me up, think of a new offensive name for me, worse than the previous one. I felt like the glasses I wore made me an outsider of some sort of monster. Well, everything for family, my friend. Yeah, I love her mom too. How can you love something so fat? I'm sorry. I felt like the glasses, blah blah blah. Family. My gaze slid across the drawings hanging on the walls. I couldn't consider myself a great artist, but Olle begged me to hang them. Drawing was the only thing that made me happy as of late. Small circle of friends I had also enjoyed my paintings, and they promised to call me from time to time, but they never did. Sometimes I imagine Mom picking up the phone and saying in a cold voice, "You've got the wrong number." Or, Anton is not around. Don is not around. I imagined my future classmates lying on their beds, just like me, listening to the howls of the invisible werewolves outside their windows. Self-reflection is bad, kids. Don't do self-reflection. So, okay, yeah. Some of you asked me for my wisdom for today. Don't do self-reflection. Self-reflection is bad. Focus on what you're doing in front of you and stop pondering the meaning of your existence. Антон тут рядом. I imagined, yeah, my future classmates lying in their bed. Yeah, already did that. Maybe my new classmates will like me after all. But who would like a boy with thick glasses? Oh yeah, the glasses kun problem. I mean, my dad used to wear glasses when he was little, and now he is married to the most beautiful woman on the planet, my mom. Oedipus complex much? The house creaked, pressed by the wind. The condo we used to live in, a 9th-floor concrete building, buzzed with a neighbor's drill, mumbled with a TV set from behind the wall, cried like a baby from the big family next door. Our current house, though I can't really call it new, is completely different. It was silent and easygoing during the day. Its shadows lay dormant in the corners, on the closet cobwebs and under the stairs. Yeah, houses in Russian countryside are like that. They all woke up during the night. Something was watching me from every corner. I remember like feeling like that when we went to the countryside when I was like 7 years old. Scared shitless of the mice running around in the walls. They're in the walls. Something was watching me from every corner, almost as if old photos of my deceased family with their ashen eyes were hanging onto the walls in place of my drawings. The floor was squeaking, rusty drains were moaning, the attic was occupied by noisy drafts. One could think the house was performing some sort of demonic melody. And then I realized I was in fact hearing music. It was already playing for a good while. Okay, I don't like this. Somewhere at the edge of my perception I could hear a flute. It was mixed in with sounds of the wind, the creaking old house, and my thoughts too. Sound design for this game is amazing. I stood up and rushed to the window. I wanted to reassure myself that this music was nothing more than a product of my imagination. It's not like someone is playing it there among the cold snowy night, right? Okay guys, I don't want to open it. I really don't want to open this shit. Shit. Someone was dancing in the field. I already don't like this. Okay, they're just normal animals. They're just normal animals. No normal animals can't hurt me. Black silhouettes I could barely make out with the dark forest at their backdrop. We jumped around, basked in the moonlight, bumped into the piles of snow, rolled around and crawled on all fours. Stories about wolves playing under the moon came to mind, but they were clearly not wolves. Well, we can see a bear, fox, some sort of baby bird hybrid, and something more horrifying, and a squirrel. Fucking squirrels are terrifying, mate. They stood upright at times, circled around holding hands and whipping up snow, disappearing into the shadows for a brief moment and then coming back. Something bizarre was going on. Shadows dancing in the starless abyss made my imagination go wild, making me anxious at the same time. Suddenly the music has stopped. Oh shit. Dancing shadows froze in the place, and I could swear pierced me with their eyes. One of the silhouettes immediately parted from the bizarre shadow carnival and sprinted across the field with giant leaps. Shit. Shit. It glided on squeaky snow without leaving any prints until it was devoured by pitch black shadow of my house, which became even darker and thicker. My head was jumping around like a bird inside the cage. I shut the curtains with a swift motion and stepped back towards the bed. They saw me! Freezing torment of fear washed over me. Fuck! I stood in the middle of the dark room and listened to some unwanted guest move and scrape around looking for an ant. Bloody hell. Sound moved to the right. They then circled around the house. Now my guest should be at the front door. I jumped into the bed and covered myself with a blanket as if it could protect me. The shackles of fear locked my muscles. I remember the funeral, my grandma lying there, hands crossed on her chest, her facial features sharp like that of a tin doll. Ants running up down the legs of chairs that held my grandma's casket. I imagined those little creatures climbing up her head and pulling her eyelids with those tiny legs. Then her wrinkly eyeballs, oh my god, would once move again inside their sockets and she'd be able to see her children. God, please let me out. I was changing the spell she taught me throughout the whole procedure. And now lying under the blanket and listening to the squeaks and howls, I was repeating the same words.
На острове Буяне, в синем океане, стоит домовина, сало и глина, волосы седые, чертям еда, раба Божьего Антона не тронут никогда.
Okay, he said something completely different, but no matter.
Бесы запутают дорогу к дому. Мертвая к мертвому, живое к живому.
Hey guys, I will check the chat after I'm done shitting my pants. Cautiously picked out from under the blanket and saw curtains waving around like a hangman. Then the night doused me with a new potion of boiling terror. The sounds crushed at my eardrums. In reality, something or someone was scratching at the front door, hurriedly clawing at the wood, demanding to be let in. The door was shut. Dad had become very cautious recently, so he installed a sturdy lock. Remember him staring at the forest intently as he was looking for someone.
Мертвое к мертвому, живое к живому.
I hugged my knees, placing my chin between them, and drilled the door with my eyes. It was so flimsy and weak before the night of darkness. And then... doorknob twitched slightly. Halfway once, twice, and the person who tried to enter had no hands. Doorknob tilted once more, and then... started shaking. Okay. I'm fucking terrified. It's his sister. Oh. I was trembling and snared by the web of darkness that hung in the corners of the room, waiting for the one who weaved it in to come out of the gaping black hole. My abdomen tightened and my chest rose up, ready to exhale a desperate scream, but before I was able to do anything, the darkness asked me,
Ты спишь, Тоша?
Told you it was his sister! Okay. I tried this game up to this point, but I don't remember it being so pants-shittingly terrifying.
Оля, я не сплю. Что случилось?
Oля frowned and stuck out her lower lip, a clear sign that she was about to cry.
Оно опять прилетело и пялится на меня. Прогони ее, Тоша. Прогони, пожалуйста. Я так боюсь.
The fear that was tormenting me just a minute ago crawled away and hid somewhere in my stomach. I needed to calm Oля down. Good brother.
Это был сон, глупая. Не пугайся. Сны не кусаются. Никто тебя не обидит.
Oля sobbed. She was trying her best to believe me. But was I sure
У
myself?
меня есть идея. Пойдем к тебе в комнату, видик посмотрим. Спящую красавицу, например. Тебе же нравится этот мультик? Почему у спящей красавицы принца у меня эта страшная птица?
That's oddly relatable. In a different sort of way, I don't know. Dude, please don't start. They're like 10. No stepsisters, please. Help me, I'm stuck. That question took me by surprise.
Ладно, давай посмотрим Золушку.
Was that? What studied me with its eyes while dancing feverishly under the moon. The darkness was clinging to the window, and it couldn't be fooled by the grandma's old chance. It couldn't be satisfied with the feast of lard and long ashen hair.
Тоша, ты идешь? Да, сейчас.
Oh fuck! Holy shit! Oh my god! Oh bloody Christ in heaven! Fuck me! Oh. I think it's a bit too late to switch to. Oh god! Oh god! That's why I hate horrors. Oh, fuck you, mate. Oh god. Damn it. Okay, I've got an idea. Since I'm such a clown today. Yep. That's what I get for being scared shitless of a PNG. That's why I didn't want to laugh at Ollie and her all in the morning. Who could be visiting us here in the middle of nowhere? We don't know anyone around here. Fuck your doggo, mate. Fuck it. Fuck you and your doggo. I'm mentally scarred, and it's just like the first half of the game. The like, what am I talking about? It's not even the half. It's like the first part of the first chapter, first jump scare. Fuck you. So persistent. I felt extremely unsettled just from a silly thought that our morning guest could have come from the woods. I could barely hear voices coming from the front door. My mind was urging me to hide. In the closet, under the table, behind the curtains where Oля always hides. I felt like kettlebells were tied to my feet, but still dragged them toward the hallway. Oh shit, the police is coming! A couple of policemen towered over me in the doorway. They smelled like frost and water. And as you know, if police comes to your house in Russia, well, you're probably fucked, mate. My mom always winced and grumbled the moment she saw patrol cars. Worse than bandits. She ain't wrong though. She ain't wrong though. Social commentary. At the moment though, she looked somewhat confused.
Здравствуйте.
Hello? Senior officer who wore a grim expression nodded.
Тут мальчик вчера потерялся. Вовой зовут. Глянь, пожалуйста. Ты его не видел?
There was a ginger boy around the age of elementary school, pictured with a wall carpet as the backdrop. He had a striped cat in his hands and wore a wide smile.
Нет.
Точно? Посмотри внимательней.
Где мне его видеть? Я тут никого не знаю, да и из дома-то почти не выхожу.
А может, видел в окно?
Да, у тебя ведь окна на лес.
Oh god.
Нет, не видел.
Ясно.
Well, at least they're not pushing drugs on him. His stare, long and heavy, was full of suspicion. I squirmed unwittingly under the weight of guilt which his giant shadow cast over me. The policeman finally tore his eyes from me and glanced over the hallways, the stairway, and the cracks in the ceiling, which I haven't noticed before for some reason.
Вы, кстати, как на новом месте? Попривыкли уже?
Понемногу, только вот дочка маленькая по городу скучает.
Скучает, значит. Из местных вас никто не беспокоит?
Все хорошо, спасибо.
The policeman pierced through me one more time with his grey eyes. My head started spinning.
Может, вам помочь как-то?
I asked in a shaky voice to look like a polite boy and to end this unpleasant conversation sooner.
Я вот стою и думаю, ты, малец, на племеша моего похож. Шустрый парнишка твоих лет, с такими же окулярами. Все книжками зачитывался, детективами. Когда летом погостить приезжал, говорит, что в школу милиции мечтает поступить. Как я, хотел людям помогать. Смекаешь?
Okay, I'm sorry. Can't help but laugh. I felt uncomfortable, as if a distant relative, Not a police officer stood before me.
Ох, ребятушки.
Well, he might be a good one. Who knows? Police loves my house. I'm not sure it's a good thing, mate.
Сидите-ка вы лучше дома. Не ввязывайтесь ни во что. Жизнь сейчас совсем другая пошла.
Oddly relatable. Mom interjected in a cold voice.
Мне ли не знать?
Ну да ладно. Ты, Антон, в каком классе учишься?
В 6-м.
Друзей-то на новом месте еще не завел?
Пока нет. Я только после каникул в школу пойду.
Тогда вот вам на всякий случай мой номер. Звоните, если узнаете что.
Okay, they're onto something. They probably know what the fuck is happening here. The police were gone along with the shadows, the smell of cheap cologne, and the photo of a smiling boy. His face still stood before my eyes. I wondered what it was like for him being all alone there. For some reason I thought of the forest swaying in the wind. How did his poor parents feel? Stay safe. Oh, you don't say! And what would my parents do if I had gone missing? Would they cry and thrash around hysterically? Or would they accuse each other like they always do and forget about me eventually? That's actually a good point. When I was a kid, I always thought of what would others do when I suddenly die or go missing. What would their reaction be? At some point I even considered going missing just to see what the fuck others might do, but thankfully didn't go through with that. I was a dumb kid.
Мам, а Вова этот в нашем лесу заблудился?
Выходит, что так. Бедный ребенок.
I looked out the window at the road. Police UAZ drove off toward the village. Oh, I know what UAZ means. УАЗик. A Soviet-Russian off-road freight passenger car. Yeah. Basically the ones that can drive around basically any on any terrain but break down after every few kilometers. The officer's nephew came to mind when I was splitting your fault paint from the window sill. I'm sorry. Didn't get enough sleep today. I remembered all the teenage mystery novels from the Black Kitty series I read this summer. Never heard of that. Contemporary Russian original translated teen mystery books. Well, probably too old for that shit. Or too young, I don't know. Your average boys and girls investigated all sorts of mysteries there. They looked for clues, spies, spied on suspicious people, and after a set of amazing adventures, bam, solved any complicated case. They became local celebrities and must have made their parents very proud. Oh, I see where this is going. No, you don't, Anton, please, don't do that. Don't go play a hero. I don't want you to play a hero, I want you to stay here and be afraid of the dark. I noticed a trail of policemen's footprints that led to the forest. And then it clicked in my head. No, please, no you don't. You're not a hero, man! Why don't I start an investigation of my own? And like that we've lost him. Maybe, and me. Consequently. Maybe I'll find that lost boy. Maybe you'll find your grisly doom. Or I'll get a reward, or you'll get shanked. Ollie will be so happy, or devastated with grief. And not only Ollie, Mom and Dad too will finally file the divorce paper over the death of their son. Maybe they'll even forget about their quarrels for a while. Yeah, when they get a divorce paper. Maybe I'll even save us from the D word. From a dick! I fantasize about buying Oli a Tamagotchi or getting a cassette player and a bunch of tapes for myself. Yeah, the clown nose is becoming even more appropriate for this situation. And a whole box of Kinder Surprises. Surprise. When was the last time our parents bought us any toys? MILF returned, however briefly. Last autumn, I think my dad had lost his job at the time. There was that annoying song about it. Oh god, please no, not the accountant song. God, how did it go? Бухгалтер, милый мой бухгалтер. I hate that shit with a passion. I don't know, I really enjoyed this game's atmosphere. Like, not every single game has like this very, very deep rural Russian atmosphere, and it's really nice. Got a nice feeling to it. Buy your sister a Tamagotchi so she can watch two of her loved ones die. Oh my god, that's dark. And probably too, thankfully my mom never had money to buy me a Tamagotchi, so I didn't become a child murderer. Murderer child. No. I had little to no idea what was the accountant's job like. They count money, I think. Neither do I, boy. Neighbors used to envy us. Very Soviet thing to do. But nowadays, mom and dad barely had money to afford sweets, and dad would always divide a single chocolate bar between me and Ola. Sometimes I gave my share too. No matter how much I wanted to eat sweets, she still just a pipsqueak. One way to go out looking for
Пойду
clues.
погуляю.
Idiot.
Ага, сейчас.
Well, at least she caught his shit real quick.
Чтобы потом милиционеры с твоей фотографией по домам ходили. Лес вон какой густой. А если мальчика звери дикие утащили? Или того хуже?
What's even worse? Seems like dad was a shitty accountant. Sounds like it. Mom is still sassy. Yes. Even worse, echoed across the
Да я
hallway.
рядом буду. В лес не пойду.
Что я тебе сказала? Мне дважды повторять.
Child abuse, hit him.
Лучше портфель собери или соли поиграй.
I don't love this MILF anymore. I don't know, I kinda like her now more because she's preventing my grisly death. Since I'm the POV character. Better go pack your school bags or play with Oля. It meant that the argument was over. Now had the last word. Okay, where should we go? To the kitchen, the front yard, or open this, whatever this is. It's not sexy anymore. Blacked and it absorbed all human seen from the long years and was hanging under the ceiling, under the stairs. Okay. If it lets me, I will do the yard. You want to get me killed. After Grandma died, Mom was going to take it off and hang a horseshoe in this place as a lucky charm, but she cut herself with a cross-sharp corner and almost fell off the stepladder. Stepladder? Help me, I'm stuck with the cross. Dad called it a sign from above and ordered the cross to be left alone in its rightful place. What else can we look at? The toy? Mom's peg top. What is peg top? I think... Okay. It shouldn't... yeah, like... I'm just really surprised it's called peg top because I know the other word with the root peg and it's not really related to children's toys. Okay. My mom played with it when she was little, then she gifted it to me. Oля was next in the succession line. The toy belonged to her now. Damn, those toys that get passed down from generation to generation. Still got some. She stared at the dancing spindle as if it could show her something, a fairy tale, or maybe even our future. Even my little sister was a bit too old for the old squeaky peg top thing. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just a completionist, so I will go and look at those. Like, I completed 100% of all Fate. Don't expect me to go fast about this game. My parents prohibited me from making long distance calls, but from time to time, I really want to hear my old friends. Sometimes I would just pick up the phone, listen to the low hum of the zoomer, and the distant crackling, imagining the wind howling in its ice-laden chords. Okay. Begging. I'm sorry. God, you got me. VTuber caught in 4K. I'm absolutely. I don't know. I have no idea what you're talking about. So, to the yard or to under the stairs? You know, brother, I'm already too old for the old peg. Oh God, how the hell did it turn into it? This. Okay, the front yard or under. Okay. Dark stuffy closet. Mom says it smells like mice, but how would she know their smell? She hates when I stick my nose in there. She's afraid I'd cut myself on the freshly sharpened axe. And Ola can't even be lured close to it. She thinks Baba is living there. I tried to help her fight her fears once. I opened the door and turned on a dim lamp so she would see there was nothing but cobwebs, dead stools and scratched walls. She still didn't believe me. And I like to hide in the closet and listen to Ola's count outside. 1, 2, 3, better hide from me. And then drag her feet on the creaking floorboards, hoping that she wouldn't need to look for me in the cramped monster's den. Okay. Looks like front yard it is.
Антон, сейчас 3 дня получишь. Ни шагу за порог.
Son, the whole family pack. Thanks, Mom. Understairs you go must. Maximum pain you must endure. Okay, here I go. CBT. I will whip you if you make a single step out of the door. Okay, to the kitchen it is.
Антон, брысь из кладовки, кому говорю?
Ah, no. Ah, it changes.
Антон, брысь.
Okay. I need to distract Mom somehow. I'll get scolded and my ass whipped with Dad's leather belt. Ouchie. Okay, so we've got no actual choice in the matter, just like in real life. Okay, we can lie to the MILF, open the fridge, or turn back. Can we please stop? Okay, let's lie to the mom. It was difficult to lie to, but there was no other way for me to run away from home.
Мам, там что-то с телевизором случилось. Картинка какая-то тусклая, и экран весь в полосах.
Без ножа меня режешь. Дострелялся в уток своих. Говорила же, посадите мне кинескоп своей приставкой.
Oh, they've got a console, nice.
Где мы теперь мастера найдем в дыре этой, а?
Может быть, просто настройки сбились? Сходи, посмотри, пожалуйста.
Нормально же работал с утра.
Из-за снегопада, наверное, неполадки.
Don't lie to mom. Okay. Okay. Ah, crap. Can't see. Okay, we got into the front yard. Went into the fields. I don't know what happened with my model. When I crossed half the distance toward the forest, the snow piles became as high as my knees. I remembered my nightly fears. Saw those silhouettes around here, jumping out, holding hands. Hypnotizing music started playing in my head all on its own. In the light of day, those distant figures felt like a simple dream. Yeah, I'm probably fucking dead. The sun turned my nightmares to ash, but thereafter... I don't like the music. This sounds like boss music. Distant ringing in my ears, distorted shadows crawling under the snow alongside me. And a barely audible whisper in my head, blurry and almost sky-end. Everything was silent. Fuck, this is creepy. So silent I felt like the world was totally empty. No ground, no sky, no parents, no Oля. The time reached its limit, a one-way trip that ended at the forest piney stockade. Sometimes silence was much scarier than any scream. Our parents would scream at each other while arguing. Both me and Ola turned to stone listening to them. Then always came the ringing silence. Our apartment became numb a couple of days before we departed. It was hard to remember the last time Mom and Dad joked around, laughing or spent time together, almost like all of it was a previous life. And then he got lost in the woods and died. The end. When they kissed with Ola present, she always frowned and snorted in a funny way. One day it all changed. Something important had left our home. And something scary filled the remaining void. It was as if a fire broke out and our parents were hurriedly packing our belongings, trying to save themselves and us. From who, though? From the people with dead cold eyes who sometimes visited us in our previous home? The eyes that only saw balls of worms on the black ground and everything. What kind of people he's talking about? And somewhere far away a siren was going off, trying to warn us of the coming menace. Shuddered, chasing away my delusions, and looked around. Then the Fire Nation attacked. They were only me, this white field and the wind that was whipping up icy dust and belts of powdered snow. I squinted from the sun and turned my eyes into the sunless forest. Okay, sorry, I skipped one. It looked especially dark and coated with a blinding whiteness. Knobby tree roots slithered around the snow like fat snakes. Rotten leaves and coniferous needles froze into the ice. Dry, prickly branches intertwined, bringing up uncomfortable thoughts about fences. Oh crap, there is this thing. Okay, the boy's definitely dead. Like this. You better survive or there is no pagan looking for you. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Were they protecting the forest? Were they keeping something from breaking out? Some object was hanging from one of the pointy branches. Tried to get closer, drowning in snow, and when I almost got to the edge of the forest, I saw a knitted mitten. Looked like a wounded bird among the hungering semi-dark. Did I take it to the police? A senior officer looked gloomy, but he still reminded me of the Captain Casanova from my favorite TV show called The Streets of Broken Lights. Oh god, улица разбитых фонарей, this takes me back. Russian mystery TV series telling the daily life of Russian police officers. The longest running series in the history of Russian TV at the moment. Yeah, I think it's still running. Scott Milton, you dumbass. Fair. He was also always anxious with a tired look on his face, but still brave and strong. Will this meeting help them find the lost boy? Oh, Where the distant shout looked like it coming from the river. Oh, as if the trees were calling out to someone. Boa resounded closer to me. Someone was standing there behind the trees, hiding. Boa. Where the hell is the person thingy standing? Stillness now, it was bent unnaturally towards the ground. Where? I can't see anyone. Guys, I'm fucking scared. It's blackness. There's no one there, just branches and roots. It's all my imagination. Oh god, please don't say it's the owl. Shit. It was my imagination after all. The muscles were tightly sprung. My head was beating somewhere in my throat. Any noise, any little movement, any small whispers from the thicket, and I'd sprint. Nothing of the sort happened. I looked at the mitten once more. Okay. I am inclined to run away. But for the sake of content, we will take the mitten. I decided to take the lonely mitten from the branch. Shit. A shout rumbled across the fields and dissolved, and there is no hope for a reply. Oh shit, it's blood! You'll get me. Oh fuck. But there was one more voice, probably one of reason that gave me strength, spurred me on. You can do it, don't stop. I heard an animal roar behind me. So loud my ears went numb. The giant wings. Oh shit, it's the owl. The roars were coming from all distance now. Woe is absolutely fucked. The mitten I must. From the dried up raspberry bush, from twisted pines, from under the windfall. Hurry, run, don't look back. Just go, don't look back. I can't believe in the path I'm on. Faith, pride, so what do I have to fear? Under the sacred briars, never stop, just go. I don't care how many more times again. Okay, I'm just trying to psych myself up. Felt like I was inside a nightmare. Snowy clearing became viscous like quicksand. I was stuck in place. I pulled my leg from the mushy trap just to be caught in a new one, even deeper than before. Continued to drown, sinking deeper and deeper with every desperate push. Was snow ever this sticky? I screamed in awe and horror after realizing it wasn't snow. Someone or something in the snow pile was clutching my pants. Oh shit! I gathered all my strength to rush forward. The pressure on my leg was gone. My boots slipped out of the hole My shoes were on the hard surface again. I reached a clear path with one jump and from there ran to my house. The gloomy facade didn't look threatening now. Okay, we're almost there. The house was my line of defense from the shadows that flapped their wings at the creatures that were hidden under the snow. Fuck, I didn't know I could reach this fast. I tripped over the doorstep and smashed into the door. In all my hurry, I still managed to notice the claw marks. As if a dog was striking the wood with its paws, demanding to be let in so it could escape the cold. I haven't noticed these marks when I was leaving. The heartbeats in my ears was much louder than my surroundings. I couldn't hear whether someone was following me or not. What if they were already in the front yard and I had locked the door? Drowning in fear, I pulled on the doorknob and obediently gave way. I rolled into the hallway and shut the door behind me. Oh god. Okay. Come on, dude! Cute animals, ovo. Watching your pants not snow. Okay. If I were playing this alone, I would probably just die of a heart attack, so thank you guys. You know, whip is probably a better alternative to being devoured whole, and I like when women hit me. My clown nose should be bigger. My fingers slipped off the lock and I couldn't click it into place. I gritted my teeth and pulled hard on the iron knob, whipping it between the boards. Stand blank at the door. Someone's standing on the other side of this beautiful flimsy barrier that's probably less useful than blankets. Within breath reached into the house and crashed at me in waves. It smelled of pine and sweat. Mom picked out of the kitchen and chastised me with the same frigid voice she always used when talking to her dad.
Что конкретно тебе не ясно в просьбе не хлопай дверьми?
Я случайно.
A mere 5 meters away from my mom, my fears were slowly weakening, melting like snow in spring. And with it, the last bit of string I had left in my body too. Oh, she changed out of her apron, she's even... Damn, she hot! My legs gave way and propped myself against the wall so I wouldn't fall over. Mom's expression had changed immediately. The cold mask of strictness and detachment was gone. Mom looked at the same as before all those quarrels. She finally saw my condition, my wet pants plastered with snow.
Ты где был? Я тебе что говорила, а? Чтобы ты дома сидел. Я и для тебя пустое место.
That's not the... It's not the talk for this expression. I got afraid she would cry. I reached out to her like when I was little and wanted her to cuddle me. Mom regained her composure fast and put on her usual face. Her eyes shined like steel, her voice rang
У
out.
отца сигареты пропали. Признавайся, ты их стащил? Курить бегаешь?
Там за мной кто-то гнался. Я думал, меня...
Started as soon as I started explaining myself. Tears welled up in my eyes. Mom leaned towards me and sniffed my clothes like a beast searching for the smell of tobacco. And she squinted her eyes in suspicion and looked into the front yard.
Гляди, вон же они. Прямо у забора.
Oh shit, I skipped something. Oh shit, her expression changed in an instant and she covered her mouth with her hand. Oh god. I swear that I heard something scratch at the door just like in my nightmare. Mom beckoned to me with her finger and gathered all my remaining bravery to look into the kitchen window facing my fear. Barely discern hairy silhouettes swimming in snow, though the icy winter patterns of the glass. Dogs. Yay, doggos! Just a small pack of strays with no name and owner, barely reminding of the hungry monsters that live on the edge of the forest.
Божечки, ты их испугался? Да они сами тебя перепугаются, Антон.
Well, they probably have eaten that Wova guy, so... You gotta smoke with this life, mom.
Они гнались за мной, словно за зайцем.
Title drop.
А вдруг они бешеные?
Что если они нападут на Олю?
Мам,
Вот бы твой отец их всех перестрелял.
Well, that turned up to 11 pretty fast.
мама, они живые.
А что?
Well, animal cruelty ain't hot. She's no longer hot in my book.
Ты уж определись, они тебе друзья или враги? Не маленький ведь уже.
Dude, he's sick. He's in 6th grade. He's 12. He's still a boy. Are you going to show her the fucking bloody mitten? In reality, I wasn't risking my life among monsters, but rather my pants among a pack of stupid strays. For what use do I have for this mitten? Of course. Dark and silky mitten that belonged to the lost boy made a squishy sound in my hand. Seems like I was clutching the whole time. That's my trump card as a detective. I hurried it to present this clue to my mom.
Мам, смотри, это Вовина варежка. Ну того, про которого утром милиция спрашивала. Она вся в крови, на дереве висела. Вон там, могу показать. Давай в милицию скорее позвоним, как нас участковый просил. Мам, гляди! Фу!
She was trying to remember something distant, like something tries to remember their dream, but the images slip away.
А ну-ка прекрати сейчас же. Оля тебя услышит, с ума сойдет. Она и так не спит, на все подряд жалуется. Еще и ты со своими шуточками.
What kind of joke, lady? He's got a blood-drenched mitten. What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with this family? Ah, okay. I take everything back. There was no blood.
Иди сюда, паникер. Да не стой столбом. Вот, таблетку на. Быстро пей.
Grandpa, take your pills. Дед, пей таблетки, а то получишь по жопе. Okay, this game turned out to be a comedy. A golden-colored pill reminiscent of a dead wasp fell onto my palm.
Я уже пил сегодня, за завтраком.
Only took one during the breakfast.
Попререкайся мне еще. Сказала дома сидеть, нет же.
Also, are you punishing your son with pills? What's wrong, lady?
Был бы отец, выпорол. Сейчас же выпей, а то ночью не уснешь. Тебе ведь в школу завтра.
Just like the forest. Maybe it wasn't what was mitten, maybe it wasn't a mitten at all. Just like the forest monsters. And Ola's owl. Am I going mad? Probably. What's happening to me? Either the pill had an immediate effect or my overexerted brain didn't let fear inside anymore. Punish me, mommy. I won't comment on that. Serenity washed over me, bringing yawny indifference along with it.
Антон, выпил? Можешь, если захочешь.
Please hit me.
Раздевайся. Уснул, что ли?
Нет, мам, просто задумался.
Интересно, о чем же?
Так, глупости всякие.
Mom scrutinized me with suspicious eyes. As if she wasn't sure she was looking at her own son and not some doppelganger that came from the forest.
Точно все нормально?
And now you're asking.
У тебя такое лицо было, когда милиционер про окно спросил.
Все нормально, мам.
Антон, пей таблетки.
Хорошо.
Sofa's fabric had become discolored. Fingerprints appeared on the bathroom tiles. Light bulbs also felt different, dimmer and yellower. Good old 90s, just drug the kid and go on with your day. What the hell, that's funny. When the saliva inside my mouth had a different taste. Melody from Aladdin could be heard from the upper floor. Ola was done rewatching her favorite Little Mermaid episodes and switched to the other tapes. I slowly changed into my home clothes, stopped before the sink and studied my reflection in the mirror. Like I was trying to solve one of those spot the difference puzzles. Okay, we'll probably try to finish up the chapter 1, because I heard it isn't that long. Then I went upstairs. Jafar and Iago voices died down. Walked past Ola's bedroom and slipped into my own. Okay. My Triceratops figurine. I know about all sorts of dinosaurs: Velociraptors, Afrovenators, Ipsilophodonts. Bloody hell! I know like 2 out of 3. I remember going to the movies to see Jurassic Park when we still lived in the city and taking pictures with a T-Rex in the hall. Showed its head and roared. It was awesome. Next to it was a Robotech Transformer. I love this cartoon. When a jet fighter speeds up into the intro sequence, among the sounds of blaster fire, you know your next 20 minutes will surely be amazing. Me too, pal, me too. And Trades space station is captured. Rick, get ready for the battle. Fran Bao? What's Fran Bao? Can you elaborate, please? Monsters, Ghosts and UFOs. Encyclopedia of Paranormal Phenomena from Rosamond Publishing. Learned about the Loch Ness Monster, Medusa Gorgon and Bigfoot from here. I had a cryptozoology book when I was a kid and sincerely believed in everything that was written in there. It was absolutely fucking bonkers. Ollie is always scared of the book. She could barely handle sifting through the monsters and aliens section with me, but the middle part where they start to talk about ghosts really freaked her out. I even remember hunting ghosts after I read that book. I measured the distance between items in my table every evening, checked they moved due to some supernatural force in the morning. When you're too poor to afford. I forgot. For God's sake, I forgot the name of the game. Ah, yeah. Poor man's Phasmophobia. Russian style. They didn't. But to be honest, what was I expecting? To meet Casper the Ghost? A game about ghosts taking pills. 2D quest, it's good. I'll make sure to check it out after the stream and maybe even stream it. Dreamt of becoming an artist since Dad bought me the first comic book. Fly magazine, what the... Fly? Like the first Soviet and Russian periodic adult comics magazine, extremely popular during the crazy 90s. Made the magazine stand out was the refusal to use material from the foreign counterparts. Like the big space-related edition with aliens, monsters, and that funny episode about the gendarme. I started drawing all kinds of stuff since that day and seemed to be getting pretty good at it. One of my letters even got published in Fly once. Maybe someday they'll even publish my comic. Okay, and the last one, the window. Of course, didn't look as grim during the day. Tangled tree branches in the distance and the snowy field between our house and the forest brought sleepiness to my eyes. Sometimes I would still catch myself looking in the window at the icy treetops instead of doing my homework. Haha! Your homework shit again. One of the drawers was empty. I hid the mitten there. Simple action drained the last bit of strength from me. Where are you, Wawa? You got an achievement. Sat on the bed. Then I noticed there was someone behind the curtains. My tired hand dropped to the shits. Okay. My heart couldn't take much longer. Wouldn't last much longer, and I couldn't take much more. Whether it was due to medication I took or the stress I underwent, the room began to contort, as if the wind was blowing the walls out like a pair of sails. The corners of the room bent and undulated. The only stable thing in the whole room was the figure between the window sill and the curtains. Ah, it's his sister. A flimsy piece of cloth was stuck to my hidden visitor. It reminded me of burial assets.
Оля,
Sheets. Oля? Who else would be standing in the hair? Stood up and licked my dried up lips.
Оля, очень смешно.
The silhouette was unmoving, unveiled softly by the curtains. As if there were a thick layer of darkness there, not a human being. I reached toward the curtains. Badum badum. Beat my heart. Controlled by medication. Why do they have to remind me about him taking pills so goddamn much? The wind sang in the field with a chorus of voices. For a second I wanted to return to the bed, just lie down and watch the person behind the curtain, knowing full well they were looking back at me. They're looking without blinking, waiting for me to fall asleep. Plastic rugs rustled around the holder when I pulled open the curtains.
Попался!
Okay, yeah, I agree. Second bait and switch with the sister is cheap.
Да я сразу понял, что это ты.
My sister was shining. When she was just a baby, Dad always used to say that she was shining with happiness. Well, until you decided to divorce your wife. I always retorted, but Dad, she's not some flashlight. Okay, I will just skip this. But I brought her to the window one day, and sunlight poured on her smiling face. Felt like I was holding a light-woven child.
А я все видела.
I saw everything. Oh, yeah.
Да ну. Что ты спрятал?
She was just like my mom when she was little, but she put on her sad mask of tiredness and switching to her commanding tone of voice. Bro, that's called being an adult. It sucks.
Ничего, просто... Ты что-то украл и теперь прячешь? Ты вор? Что? Глупая.
What's happening?
Ничего я не крал.
What's happening in the chat? Yeah, guys, the mod is here. Don't sideway the convo. We're talking about me being scared shitless of the game, and this girl not being some kind of flashlight. So sorry for that. A clear image came to mind: the mitten hanging from the tree branch. What if I did steal it after all? In the forest, from the tilted figure standing behind black trees. Oля could be selfish and stubborn when she wanted.
Покажи тогда. Поклянись, что никому не скажешь. Тогда покажу.
Oля wore a plotting smile.
Клянусь маминым сердцем.
Well, that's a good sign.
Не говори так.
Pioneer. Oh yeah, the pioneers. Basically Russian Soviet Boy Scouts. Ola nodded and made a gesture with her hand, locking her mouth with an imaginary key. It was filled with curiosity that was splashing in her giant eyes. I opened the drawer and Ola leaned in, holding her breath. It looked like there was not just a simple mitten, but some sort of exotic creature.
Это чья-то варежка?
She said that if she couldn't understand what she saw. A random shit doing his job work, his mod work, which I am very appreciative of.
Один мальчик потерял. И сам потерялся. Теперь понимаешь, как опасно гулять в лесу, особенно детям? Ему, наверное, там очень холодно.
Bro, he's fucking dead.
Его найдут? Обязательно.
No, they won't.
Участковый по домам ходит, всем фотографию его показывает. А почему он по домам ходит, а не по лесу?
Asking the real questions here.
Боится?
Question caught me off guard.
Милиционеры ничего не боятся.
Well, yeah, kinda.
И лес они прочесали.
Yeah, right, flashed in my clouded mind. Did they really check every nook and cranny where darkness called and whispers of icy branches dwell? If that's the case, how did they miss the mitten? Did it appear later? For me? I changed the topic, as if trying to get Ola as far away as possible from the forest thicket.
Если я сам найду пропавшего мальчика, нам, может, награду дадут. Кучу всякого, как в поле чудес.
Крутите барабан! Field of Wonders. Soviet and Russian TV game show. Yeah. I used to watch this on TV. Field of Wonders, basically Wheel of Fortune. Because all of Russian TV shows are basically a knockoff of brand American shows.
Клёво же.
It was piercing the forest with incredibly adult eyes uncharacteristic for her.
А что, если эта сова его утащила? Ерунда. Не может сова поднять человека.
Well, he's got a point. Sister smart. Yep, sister smart. Dude, come on, she's like 7 or 8 at least, at most. Or even younger.
Ну вот что...
I know it's anime-esque, but please. I was speaking my words without mascara, forced them out of my overexerted brain.
Ты в лес не суйся. Мне кажется, он какой-то... Как бы сказать... Проклятый, что ли?
Russian Jeopardy? I actually don't really remember the show.
Как в сказке?
Like a fairy tale.
Нет, скорее, как на той страшной кассете, что родители прячут. Я видела, как ты убегал. За тобой кто-то гнался? Нет, просто, чтобы мама не волновалась, спешил домой.
As I looked at my sister, my heart was tearing apart. Oh, well, gotta give it to the guy, he is a very good older brother. А, своя игра. Yeah. Didn't know it was a knockoff. Lol. A gust of wind and her small fire would be gone.
Хорошо тебе. Меня вот мама не пускает даже на крыльцо. Как принцесса в башне сижу. Никуда не могу выйти. Так и умру тут от скуки. Не придумывай. От скуки еще никто не умирал.
Well, I got bad news for you, mate.
У тебя же есть я и мультики, а мама с папой скоро помирятся.
Sitting in the corner watching anime all day.
Знаешь, что бы я загадала на следующий день рождения? Чтобы родители тоже в детей превратились, и мы бы все вместе играли, как раньше.
Ага. А если бы они стали размером с жука, то мы бы их в спичечный коробок посадили.
That's dark.
Тоша, пойдем Аладдина смотреть?
It's like a way out. I think it's no, not a way out, but It Takes Two. Basically, they just described the plot of It Takes Two. мультики. Dude, stop. Yes, IRL. I took one over my desire to be with my little sister. I was washed over by some sort of heinous apathy.
Вымотался я. Что-то не хочется.
Ну пойдем. Мне скучно одной, а мама занята все время.
Come on, dude, humor her. Well, I watched some playthroughs of it by some VTubers from Ninja Sanji. I didn't find it particularly dark. Maybe they just didn't get to the dark part.
Можно выбрать другой мультик, который ты еще не видел.
Да я все наши кассеты наизусть знаю.
Аучи.
А вот и не все. Ты Питера Пэна не видел. Помнишь, ты уснул на середине? А там потом такое. Ну пойдем, пойдем.
Давай попозже.
Рассказать тебе, чем все закончилось?
No spoilers.
Утром расскажешь.
Утром не захочу. Придумала. А давай в прятки.
Нет, Оль.
Don't be an asshole, dude.
Нарисуй мне динозавра.
Оля, блин.
Нарисуй, нарисуй.
Да оставь ты меня в покое!
Ouch. Oh shit. There is a bunny on her this thingy hoodie.
Ладно, уболтала. Давай смотреть мультики. Только недолго.
Check disco after the stream. Send you the dark part. Ah, okay. Okay, thank you.
Уже не хочу.
Пойдем. Питера Пэна посмотрим.
Ага, ты опять уснешь.
Не усну, обещаю. А потом я тебе целого трицератопса нарисую.
Ура! Трипи-цирипопса!
Ну, почти.
Aww. Ola rubbed her eyes with the sleeve of her pajamas and shining smile returned to her face.
Давай ты пока кассету перемотаешь, а я у мамы попрошу сгущенки с хлебом.
Aww, condensed milk with bread. Like the classic USSR snack.
Только утром свежий привезли, как ты любишь.
Неси, только аккуратнее, а то разольешь. Опять ругаться будут.
Спорим, не разолью. Кассета где-то в тумбочке. Поищи пока.
Piggy bank. Only saving money for a real puppy because Dad said that taking care of him will take a lot of money. Ouch. Ollie's countless toys. An old teddy bear in the main attraction here. Ollie doesn't sleep without it. And she digs her nose into its fur when she sleeps. scary window where Ollie sits at a cursed owl every night, lurking in the dark. Ollie keeps curtains open during the day, but as soon as the twilight comes, she shuts them tight so she wouldn't see the pair of hungry eyes outside. Damn, that's dark. We'll speed this. God, please. Yeah, but they could just stop. Old photon TV was gathering dust in the corner. And that was left. All that was left was clicking the button on the front panel. Too warmed up and familiar white noise started dancing in the black screen. I almost reached out to turn the VCR when the noise calmed down and a blurry image appeared for a moment. It was a dark taiga forest just like... Damn, that's creepy. Something creepy resembling human speech was coming out of the speaker. Oh shit. Just a few moments later, the singer again was overshadowed by white noise. Did it catch some rock signal? Local TV station only showed Soviet cartoons. Even that was pretty rare. And only just recently I used to always watch Robotech before school. So awesome. Maybe I should tinker with the antenna. What if I catch the channel again? On the other hand, Ollie asked me to find the tape. It would be nice to disappoint her, but in my sleepy state I didn't have the strength to do all of it. Okay, should we set or should we search? Okay, guys. Should we set or should we search? He didn't pay attention. Okay, let's go set. Crap.
Видели его часто. Именно тогда.
Small snowy hills were lined up on the screen, pieced with rickety crosses, and a male voice was narrating with a slow, mournful voice.
Стояла беспросветная кладбищенская ночь.
It was a pitch black night at the cemetery.
В то мрачное время маленькая Сеня встретила свою судьбу в лице чудовищного обитателя дикой чащобы.
Also, they're basically watching TV3, the Russian paranormal mystery channel.
Местные называют его не иначе, как хозяин леса.
History channel after dark is really something else.
Зверь разобрался с беспомощной девочкой по-хозяйски.
Didn't want to think was a senior remained so wrapped up in there, so I shut my eyes without thinking. Voice continued.
Волки здесь редкие гости. Вот что поведала нам баба Тамара, обитательница одного из местных склепов.
How the fuck she's living in the crypt? Close-up shot of the face of an old homeless woman. Ah, homeless. Weary from life and alcohol abuse rattled on the screen.
Вещи страшенные. Хуже мертвеца отрытого.
The old woman splattered saliva all over the rectangular mic. Ew. Oh shit.
И смердит шо, как... Немытый!
Well, I know what she said. The rest of her comparison was swallowed up by the sound of a horn. More like dungeon master. Soviet grandmas do be casually living in the crypts.
Не припомню я такой вони. Стояла эта тварюга там, где ты, милок, сейчас стоишь, и таращилась на меня прям посередине дня. Здоровенно такая, глаза стеклянные.
Obscenities were covered by another beep.
Говорит, что ежели тебе этот дьявол заприметить, то сунет в мешок к себе и дело с концом.
Oh, why are you still there?
Но меня он не трогает. Ха-ха. Видать, нравлюсь я ему.
Or you're too stinky. Their parents' porn tapes.
Вот и забудь меня чертовой невестой.
Что правда, то правда.
And it's definitely true.
Опустившимися до звериного образа жизни, хищник брезгует, предпочитая детскую невинную кровь. Теперь все чаще хозяина леса видят в поселениях на
Man, this is
периферии нашей
dangerous.
родины.
I like Puppet. I also like her.
Хозяином леса его прозвали не просто так. Ему подчиняются все звери, пернатые и лохматые. Они предвестники появления самого чудовища. Если слышать его вдалеке, то, скорее всего, он знает, где вы живете. Если порог дома истоптан звериными следами, а за окном караулят птицы, прячьтесь. Он уже идет за вами.
And now the sister is opening the door.
А если однажды ночью, проснувшись, вы увидите глаза в окне, то скоро.
Sorry.
Скоро. 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 Скоро.
This is getting creepier.
Скоро.
Shit! Fuck. Fuck, I'm dead. Okay, Oh shit, we recorded over the Peter Pan. I'm a piece of shit. I can let her see it, we'll drown in tears. Okay, I'm sorry, I skipped a bunch of this because I got too freaky. I snagged the glance at the door. Yeah, so. The tape was stained with saliva. Okay, we're screwed now. This calls for spanking. Меня и так белочка. Dude, you should stop drinking so much.
Ты не смотришь без меня?
Aww, I regret every decision that I made in this game. My sister brought the tray with unevenly cut bread and whole kind of condensed milk.
Нет, я пока кассету ищу.
Was looking for the tape.
А ты точно хочешь Питера Пэна смотреть?
Хочу!
Yikes.
Включай скорее, а то мама скоро сядет свой бразильский сериал смотреть.
Brazilian drama. Come on, think fake detective.
Честно, мне как-то Питер Пэн совсем не понравился. Может, лучше «Русалочку»?
Русалочку я уже насмотрелась. А ты обещал.
Придумал.
Составим.
Давай сначала пару серий «Черепашек-ниндзя». Согласна?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Ola frowned but ultimately gave up. She put down the tray and crossed her hands on her chest.
Если так сильно просишь.
Give it to her. Сгущенка detected. Yes. Now the only option is to go to the forest and die pretty much.
Откроешь сгущенку? Порезаться боюсь. Края острые.
Oh, I did cut myself on this so many times. Ola had tricked me playing for a fool.
Повелся!
Oh, she's gonna see the creepy.
Владычица пульта приказывает смотреть Питера Пэна!
Like crosses on them, named graves, empty cubes, bloody scraps on the snow, insane devil's range. Better tell the truth.
Оля, стой! Я тебе конец кассеты нечаянно стер.
I erased the end of your tape by
Отдай
accident.
ее мне и возьми любые две мои.
Ты чего? Не мог ты стереть? Мы с папой всем кассетам зубики пластмассовые выломали. Отверткой. Теперь ни на один мой мультфильм ничего записать нельзя.
Okay, I'm absolutely certain that he kinda recorded it.
Нет, это нечестно. Он крутится как пчела, он летучий дьявол.
This mono translation. Пацан, нет пацана. Yes. Ставь сгущенка in the can, please. She put the tape on rewind and started spreading milk over her bread. When the cartoon started, she forgot about everything in the world. As if she already got transported to the Neverland like she always wished. I wanna go to the Neverland. You catch my drift. To be honest, I also imagined myself there, like, but where one never ages, where no one argues over little things, where no one listens to fights and the sounds of broken plates at night. God, this household is depressing. But now Peter Pan's land was especially far away for me. My thoughts dragged on, stumbled upon the horned beast that awaited me among the trees. The narrator's mournful voice haunting me, sliding over bushes and ravines, giving a carnivore track its prey. Felt like I was dreaming with my eyes still open. Then my sister's scream pulled me back to reality.
Тоша, скорее, штору задерни!
Shit.
Зачем? Никто же на тебя не смотрит.
Уже темно, а когда темнеет, прилетает сова. Я боюсь.
Peter Pan is fucking dark, yes, I agree. Like, God, it's creepy. Got out of bed, fighting my drowsiness, and closed the curtains. I did my best not to look outside towards the treetops, towards the taiga forest, which seemingly drew closer and closer. Of course, it was just a visual effect from shadows and branches scraping the snow.
Тоша, мама думает, что я напридумывала про сову. И папа считает, что раз я маленькая, это значит врушка. А сова есть. Вот честная-пречестная, есть она! Ты же мне веришь? Что она там и каждую ночь прилетает и...
Did I really have those qualities?
Я тебе верю, слышишь? Ты только родителям больше не рассказывай про сову. У них и так хлопот по горло, они только рассердятся.
He's not wrong though.
Ты мне говори, если что случится.
Aww. Nice sibling relationship.
И в окно не смотри.
Don't look.
Ну она хочет, чтобы я смотрела.
Well, why do you take advice from the strange owl that bangs on your window?
Перехочет. Притворись, что ее нет и не было никогда, что она выдумка, как родители говорят.
There's a man on the garage. Ah, bloody hell. Hope he isn't doing anything sinister.
Ей ждать надоест, она улетит.
Oh shit, we're live for almost 2 hours. This game took longer than I expected. We followed Peter Pan's adventures as if nothing had happened, and the forest didn't kidnap kids as if our parents weren't tearing each other apart bit by bit. Captain Hook was running away from a crocodile, and Captain Pan was headed to London on a gilded sailboat. By some miracle, I lasted longer than my sister. Olia's eyelids had dropped, she started snorting lightly, resting her chin on the side of the bed. The chorus was singing the ending song. The world of Disney was lit up by a silvery moon. Another moon peaked under the first one, scary and wan, hanging over the tiger forest. The horrific report got recorded right over the credits. My throat went dry, my pulse became faster. Sweet Soviet escapism. Rather close the curtain. Guys, what the hell is happening in the chat? I looked towards Olia, smacked her lips in her sleep. With the remote with all my mind, ready to press stop any moment. Found the recording, checked if it was intact, and then carefully took out the tape. The protective pin was still in place. Stood up and left Olia's room. Whether it was by providence or by curse, I hid the tape alongside the mitten at the exact moment Mom peeked into my room.
Довольно баловства. Завтра первый день в школе. Ложись, тебе надо выспаться. Не хочешь же ты, чтобы тебя все дразнили Соней?
Come on, dude, stop! She's like 7. Okay. We do a little trolling over here. Dolls think everything is so simple, as if sound sleep would ensure my classmates would like me. I covered myself with a blanket up to my neck and listened to the house humming, to something invisible rustling in the corners. Okay, guys, I think if this the day. Okay, well, let's finish the night, and we'll probably decide if we should stop the stream and finish the chapter 1 some other time or power through it today. And a voice had a question for me. Do I want to hear that mysterious flute again? Yes or no? Maybe it's just a part of growing up and I can't fully understand my own desires. Forest wailed behind the barriers that was my walls. Some ethereal entity wandered the fields. Branches shook as calling for me. The wind howled on and on the night. My thoughts were like annoying flies that entered my head before becoming weak and tangled. I didn't notice how I fell into slumber. has come after all. Day I feared the most. First day of a new school. So 2. Time to play with you. Okay, guys. I think the end of episode 1 should be a good place to end the stream. What the best? It's like 7 out. Still probably gonna get this channel banned. Most likely. Okay, guys, so we will probably save here. Yep. Just quickly check if we had everything properly saved. Yep. Okay, this game is hella creepy. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, but I really enjoyed it. And going through this shit with you guys gave me a bit of courage. Yeah, I'm obligated to finish this game now. I know, and I will do so, like, in a week, probably. Okay, dude, but you better come to the stream. So, thank you guys for hanging here with me. Let me probably do it like this. Oh, sorry. I fucked up. Visual novels. Back to visual novels. Switch the background. And yep, here we go. Let me just quickly add some music. Yep. So yeah, so I really like the game. I think I don't know what to make of it, but I really like the fact that they are not showing the monster properly. Like, we're still having this doubt that whether it's a real monster or just part of his imagination, and I don't know, something tells me that it won't be a real monster in the end. Like, you know, guys, that probably it will be all mundane and we will realize that we will just experiencing the mind of an absolutely batshit scared 12-year-old who thinks up ridiculous stuff. Outlast? No, I won't be playing Outlast because it's hella boring. I don't know, I hate horrors, but I can't play Outlast seriously. It's so not scary. After like first few jump scares, you just, yeah, I'm going through this routine, I'm going through this routine, yeah, hide in this closet, hide in that closet. Like, my brother and I, we have completed Outlast and we like screamed only 2 times in the beginning, and then it was just an endless loop of hiding. scroll the chat. Last stream per week. Yeah, I think so too. I think I will do it just like this. Resident Evil 7 is scary AF, but I think my PC will be able to handle it just fine. I'm unsure about my internet. Amnesia. Phasmo, yeah, I hopefully will be able to play Phasmo at some point. I will get a new internet provider tomorrow, and if I am able to get a video capture device, I will probably stream with my analog camera miniature painting. Yeah. So or some shit like that. So yeah, hopefully we will be able to do something like that. Okay, so thank you all for coming, and I will see you probably tomorrow, a bit later than today. And without further ado, let's switch to the end screen. Bye-bye. Oh, you can learn Resident Evil 3 or Resident Evil 7. Thanks. Nice. Yeah, thank you guys. It was a very fun stream. Good night. Love you all.